shed, your porch. That's what they look at. How many fixtures or faucets. They just want to know the structure of the building. That's it.
So you do this, I take it, do you do it on a commission basis as to how much you get it reduced for the person, or do you do it on a per item, or how do you charge for your?
I do it two different ways. If it's under 2,800 square feet, I do it as a flat rate. If I ever happen to lose, I'll refund 50% of it. I've done over 1,500 appeals and I've only lost 7. So it's a pretty good record.
Say that again, with the square footage, I don't think it was clear.
So let's say, the assessor's going to look at, he wants to know how large the home is. Like I was saying.
You said that your fee was based on if it was.
Oh, square footage, I'm sorry. If it's under 2,800 square feet in your home, I'll do it at a flat rate. And if it's over 2,800 square feet, I do it on $100.
2,000 square feet?
2,800. So I'll do it for $100 down, and I'll do 25% whatever the reduction is, less than 100. Okay. So and that's and it's very fair, because if you go to an attorney and all these other guys, they charge an arm and a leg. My goal was, and that's how I started this. I started the first year and a half as a charity. I just did it for. I never charged Madrona. I still don't charge them there. This year I'll probably charge a fee because I can't do it for free anymore.
So if we got a group together and hired you for several people, is it any less? Or?
Yes, I do have.
Also real estate, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, here's what we do. Senior citizen discounts of $50 on the flat rate fee, okay? And we'll do it both ways. We do $50 to vets. We'll we have a $75 representation fee, which we waive if we get more than 2 or 3 people on the same street, because it makes my job a lot easier when I'm down at the county. Because usually on the street they'll do them by street, and you'll get them all done that day. Instead of just going to the county for one appeal, you can go down there for 2 or 3 or 4. It makes my job easier.
Does the assessor always come out and look at the houses?
No, they won't come. Last year I had a couple homes that they inquired to the homeowner. They won't talk to me about it. They'll call you up or get your attention that they want to come in. And I don't advise on that. I can't. I'm an attorney, but that's a decision. You can ask me what I would do, and I'd say, well.
Yeah, because if you made any proof that isn't all written up there, they might appear.
Well, that's what happened to one house in Lakemore. Beautiful home. They came in and they jumped up like 200-300 square feet, which I don't even know if it was correct. I didn't think it was, but I can't. That was my challenge. We still got the gentleman reduced a lot. So, any more questions?
And continue with, after you get the comparables, just go through the whole process so that people who want to try it on their own would know as you do.
So find those 3 properties that are like-minded, find that they're comparable to yours, and start by square foot.
These are sold properties?
Yes.
Not like properties not sold?
Well, you can, here's the thing, the easiest way to do it, otherwise it gets a little bit too complicated. Just go by sold properties. You try to find the sold properties in the area. And to go back to the foreclosure, I want to finish on that. They did take them, but when I went in the last 2 years, I try not to use any foreclosures. They want to see qualified sales. Now, Madrona was almost all foreclosures or shorts, distressed properties as they call it, okay? And the distressed property is a short sale, bank owned, what else? Yeah, those are foreclosure. Relocation is considered a distressed property. If the company reloaded, the company will eat the cost for the lesser amount. Anyhow, so yeah,
family transactions, insider, like family transactions.
If they have the information on that, and sometimes they'll have them on their work property cards, they'll let you use them as consideration, right?
Yeah.
I had an assessor try to use one that was a divorce sale, and it didn't fly, but. And that's the thing, some of these assessors, it's like, who do they work for? They're supposed to work for us, so it seems like, why are you fighting me for every single penny? I kind of question. I just question it, that's all. Because we elect you to represent us, to make sure our homes are fairly assessed. And I feel like you're taking all the money, as much as you can out of me, and you'll get me for every single thing.
The way they arrive at the value seems to me to be not very logical, and when I inquired, I've been fighting mine since 2006 when I first bought my unit over there. I bought on a short sale. They wouldn't allow my sale even though that's what I paid. I said, why should I be paying more than what I paid on an assessed
Well, it
value?
was a distressed sale, so they didn't qualify it, that's why.
I understand that.
When you purchase a home, you can bring in, there's a way to challenge it by, you have to bring in your HUD-1 statement, which is, HUD-1 statement is when you close on a property, that's on all the numbers. Gives you all the numbers, your escrows, and when you do go to a closing on a property. And also you need, what's the other part? There's a card.
It really didn't matter because I fought them on it anyway, and they finally allowed it, and they changed it to a qualified sale. They made it a qualified sale.
Oh, did they? Okay.
But yeah, my point was on the list of comparables that they used, and they don't just use 3, they use 400 or whatever. They have a program that automatically calculates over a 3-year period, and I looked at their list that they printed out for me. I went into the Avon Township office, I looked at the list. I found out many of them were single-family homes in the area. How could they compare my townhouse to a single-family home that had a intrinsically higher value for the same square footage and the same amenities?
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
And so I picked and chose all the sales that didn't qualify, and I said, you're using sales of $250,000, $300,000, and I'm not. This is not right.
Right, and you'll see that some assessors, they'll take the highest sales, and it's kind of a game, because like, our approach is, we're not trying to take the lowest ball, the lowest sale out there, nor the highest. We're trying to find what's the most comparable property, or assessed property, okay? Because that's another way of doing it. That's a little more complicated,
But the Lake County website makes it pretty easy.
it does, but it doesn't give you all, you don't see all the property sales though.
No,
It'll show the ones.
but you can, if you know, I mean, in our community anyway, most of the homes were built by the same builder. They're duplicates. You know who's got the same home and model you do. And you can pick them out by address almost.
Right. And the townhomes and the condos are a lot easier because they're so.
Sure.
I mean, outside the end units, you get a little bit more.
Right. There's only 3 or 4 floor plans. But even in the single-family homes that were built by Deer Point, these guys have,
It's
no?
not hard. See, that's what I did. I just rolled through and I picked out maybe 20 or 30 of them. And I went on the website and I got all their tax assessments. And I was one of the highest ones. There were ones that are lower than me.
Sure.
Same exact house.
That was the
Lower
other,
than me.
that was the other point I was going to make, because there's 3 different grounds for fighting your appeal. An error, right? And then if you're unfairly assessed for comparable properties like that, and then the current sales. So you can look at it a couple of different ways.
And then when you do the appeal form, there's 5 different boxes you want to.
Right.
One is a HUD-1, which that's all, and it's
Right.
a transfer sale. They need to see the transfer papers when you get the property. That's the other form. There's a comparable way, the assessed. You can look at the assessed property and challenge it that way. And unfairly assessed by square footage is one, and I can't
Right.
remember the 5th one. But the most ones you challenge them on are the assessed or comparable or the sale.
And then outrageous government control. I mean,
But going back, so you understand on the foreclosure side, you don't want to go in there and just use all foreclosure and use the bottom line, the ones that sold for the least. My approach to things is, when I came to the assessor and I said, this is very fair. I know it's a fair median number. So I'm not trying to lowball you. And they appreciate it and they'll respect that. And they're like, oh, okay. And they might try to, find a little wiggle room to adjust that price. But there's guys that come out there and they'll take the highest ones. And it's like, but I've had great success because even the county board will say, this is very fair. We can add those in to make the adjustment, and you have 6 properties. Sometimes that goes out, works out that way.
So my question is, so you get your comparables, do you go to the assessor? Do you fill out some paperwork to go to the board of reviews?
Paperwork online or have them send it to you.
Right. You go online, I think that's the best place. You just print it out. Print out the appeal form. Once you do, you can go through those, click on that box where it says for the sales, click on those and it'll populate it for you. And then, and then go to the assessor first, or see if they'll work with you. If they won't, then you have to go, and when you get your blue paper, you'll get that 30-day window to file an appeal. Get to the courthouse, make that appeal, have to stamp it, and then you'll get a call. Here we'll probably They did give them an extension, so we probably won't see our blue cards, our papers until about October. Last year they came out in September. Yeah, 2 years ago we got them in October. Last year we got them in September. Now we had, because Bryce Garrett stepped down, I know there's a new man in there, Bob. They gave him an extension to get some stuff done.
Actually, to answer Georgianne's question a little more thoroughly, there's really just two basic pages, is the front application page, the comparables page, and then any documentation you want to submit, like for each particular property. And actually, they have been more cooperative in the township office since the last change in administration, but before that, they were kind of like we were, like they weren't working for us, really, but now they kind of...
Right, some people with, yeah, I heard that people were going with Bryce and Robin, they were getting some stuff done.
Yeah, for sure.
So, if you live in an area where the houses aren't all alike, like I live in Mariners Cove, there's no other house like mine.
And that's
You
okay.
just go by square feet and...
Look at homes that are closest to square footage.
Right, that's-
So,
And
Do you ever go on Zillow, what's it, Zillow.com there?
yeah, I have people ask me that all the time. I don't
I've gone
like
on there and I looked at what's for, you can go right to Eanesville, looks what's for sale. I'll tell you what's for sale, what the
Oh,
price
yes.
is,
Right.
square footage, what's been sold. You can go in the Grays Lake area, you can see everything.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
You
agree.
can go anywhere in the United States, just look at it. It's very eye-opening.
not to monopolize.
Listen, every piece of property that's for sale.
May I ask you,
Sure.
when is a good time to have your assessment checked? Is there a time of year that's better than other times?
That's a good question. As far as having that's a tough question. If it was a different township, they'll probably look at it. Right now, I tried doing that and they said they didn't want to look at anything. They had the 3-day window, I was told. So that 3-day window said, we're not looking at nothing. And I said, so my response was, so you only work 1 month out of the year? They didn't like that, but if you're going to be like that, I was helping folks in my community, and if you just can't look at it now, I know the blue paper was it's like, I came 2 days after, and there's a long story to the lady, but she needed help, and that's okay. I said, I actually can't do nothing now, can you at least look at it so it's done for next year? She said, no, when you get your blue paper, we'll look at it then. And that's how, but if there's another township assessor, a lot of them are very friendly and they'll work with you. Like I said, we've had a tough time here. I've only been in this area for about 4 or 5 years living here.
But you could get everything else ready, and then when you get your blue sheet, you'd be prepared, right? Could you do most of that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, yeah, you can wait till and see what their new assessment's going to be, but you can do it now. I mean, as of January 1st is the best, January 1st, once they hit that cycle, you can do it. Then we started doing these in March. We have them all ready to go, because last year I had so many calls once the papers came out, I couldn't keep up with it. We wanted to be a little more proactive, and people, because I had to turn a lot of the business away. So, and our goal is to educate folks and make them understand what's actually going on. Before I always end, I talk, there's 2 things I'll ask of you, either when I'm sitting in their home, either run for local office. If you run a tight ship at home, you qualify, pretty simple. Or go to 2 important board meetings a year. That's the school board budget hearing, which is in October, and the levy hearing, which is in December, and they publish that in the papers. And a lot of people say, well, I've never seen it in the papers. I go, most people don't. And you'd think the school will at least blast out to the folks, because they have everyone's email, and let them know, hey, come here, we're going to have a budget hearing. We want you to be aware of what's going to happen with the new budget. They don't want you to show up. But now we can get 100, 150 people to go to these board meetings in my district, because I knock on doors or do stuff like this and get people, a bit active. Because unless, that's the only way you're going to change it. Either find people that will run for office and they'll do what's right and not raise. And I understand we have salaries and stuff, but you know what? You got to fix it right now. The economy's not going in. And the longer they raise taxes, our value of our properties will keep going down. And I've been saying this the last couple weeks, so keep me busy. I don't want to be busy. I'd rather do other stuff. Because